The 2026 Mazda CX-30 is here, and let's be honest, it's turning heads in all the right ways. Mazda has consistently proven that it knows how to strike a balance between elegance and athleticism, and with the latest iteration of the CX-30, they've taken that philosophy to a whole new level. While many automakers continue to push aggressive lines, exaggerated grilles, and overly futuristic aesthetics, Mazda chooses refinement, subtlety, precision, and it works beautifully. At first glance, the CX-30 is unmistakably a Mazda, but it's also unmistakably new. The design team didn't go for an overhaul, but rather a masterclass in evolution. The silhouette still hugs that familiar coupe-like form, compact yet muscular, with a stance that suggests motion even at a standstill. But where previous models aimed for smoothness and simplicity, the 2026 model brings more complexity, more depth in its surfaces, and a stronger visual presence overall. One of the first things you'll notice is the new grille design. Mazda has reshaped it to be more upright and assertive, while still retaining the company's signature wing motif that blends seamlessly into the headlamps. But unlike the aggressive, gaping grilles seen on competitors, the CX-30's front fascia is dignified. It commands attention without shouting. Mazda's commitment to its Kodo design philosophy, a soul of motion, is more apparent than ever. It's all about capturing energy in stillness. And when you look at the front end of this crossover, it's clear that they've succeeded. There's tension in the surfaces, a sense of controlled power that feels intentional. The headlights are slimmer now, more focused, and use Mazda's latest LED signature lighting. They're sculpted to create a sharper gaze, one that adds character and intensity. They stretch just far enough into the fenders to create a visual link with the grille, emphasizing width without feeling forced. On models equipped with adaptive front lighting, you'll see a clean, technical look inside the cluster, so no flashy light gimmicks, just purpose and clarity. Moving to the side profile, the most impressive thing isn't any one line, but the lack of them. Mazda continues to favor sculpted bodywork over sharp creases. The play of light and shadow across the flanks is mesmerizing, especially under natural sunlight. It feels like a moving sculpture. The fenders are subtly flared, giving it a confident stance, especially when paired with the new 19-inch wheels available on Hyatt rims. These new wheels feature a turbine-inspired design with dark metallic finishes that catch the light in motion. They look premium because they are. The side mirrors have been slimmed down slightly and repositioned for better aerodynamics and visibility. A small change, but a smart one. And speaking of smart, flush-mounted door handles are now standard across the range. This not only improves the overall look but also helps the CX-30 cut through the air more efficiently. In fact, the entire body has been subtly reshaped to improve airflow, contributing to both fuel economy and cabin quietness. Even the roof rails now more integrated into the roofline look like they belong, rather than being tacked on. At the rear, the changes are just as thoughtful. The taillights mirror the headlamps in stylish, sleek, minimal, and laser precise. There's a new light signature that forms a more distinctive pattern at night. Mazda has also refined the rear bumper design to be cleaner and more cohesive. You won't find fake exhaust cutouts or faux diffusers here. Instead, the dual exhaust outlets are tastefully integrated and fully functional, a nod to the vehicle's performance potential. One of the most controversial elements of the previous CX-30 was the heavy use of black cladding around the wheel arches and lower body. For 2026, Mazda has toned it down literally. The plastic cladding is now narrower and comes in a darker, satin finish that feels more upscale. On some trims, it's even body-colored, which gives the CX-30 a more unified, mature look. It's a small change with a big visual impact, and it answers a lot of the feedback from fans of the previous models who wanted a cleaner appearance. Paint colors are a big part of the CX-30's appeal, and Mazda hasn't disappointed. The new zircon sand and rhodium white metallics look absolutely stunning on this body. But the hero color for 2026 is undoubtedly Soul Crystal Red. It's deeper, richer, and more layered than before, thanks to a refined application process that involves multiple coats and hand polishing. The result is a finish that looks wet to the touch, even in direct sunlight. It elevates the vehicle from compact crossover to premium statement. Inside, the same design elegance carries over, but today we are focusing strictly on the exterior. That said, the way the exterior integrates with the interior is something to note. The beltline height and greenhouse proportions have been slightly adjusted to improve outward visibility while maintaining that sporty, enveloped feel. And the doors open wider now, especially in the rear, making ingress and egress easier, a design feature that's as functional as it is considerate. From a dimensional standpoint, the 2026 CX-30 remains compact but feels bigger, thanks to visual tricks and slightly tweaked proportions. It has grown just a bit in overall length and width, enough to improve interior space and road presence without sacrificing maneuverability. The roofline still slopes gently toward the rear, giving it that coupe crossover flair without compromising rear headroom too much. Mazda also put in serious work under the skin to make sure this crossover doesn't just look athletic, it feels it. The lower, wider stance isn't just for show. It reflects updates to the chassis and suspension setup, giving the CX-30 a planted, responsive character on the road. The design communicates that there's visual weight over the rear axle and just enough forward rake to imply movement. It's not just attractive, it's expressive. What's especially impressive is how Mazda has managed to avoid the design traps many other automakers fall into. There are no busy surfaces, no weird split headlights, no oversized badging. Everything is proportional, refined, and deliberate. The CX-30 doesn't try to look futuristic in a gimmicky way. Instead, it embraces timeless beauty with modern details. It's the kind of design that will still look great 5 or 10 years from now, which isn't something you can say about many crossovers in this segment. Of course, the badge up front hasn't changed, and that's important. Mazda isn't trying to be something it's not. This isn't a luxury brand masquerading as mainstream, or vice versa. The 2026 CX-30 looks premium because it ISO without needing to shout it from the rooftops. It speaks in a lower, more confident voice, and that kind of subtle elegance is rare today. Every design decision on the CX-30, from the shape of the windows to the curvature of the hood, feels like it was made with care. It's cohesive. It tells a story of motion, intention, and Japanese craftsmanship. Mazda didn't just build another crossover, they sculpted one. The lines, the proportions, the finishes, so it's all a part of that vision. And in a world filled with over-designed, over-complicated vehicles, the 2026 Mazda CX-30 is a breath of fresh air. For car enthusiasts, this might be one of the best-looking compact crossovers available today. For everyone else, it's an easy car to love. It's approachable, stylish, and timeless. It doesn't rely on trends. Instead, it sets a tone that says design matters, that beauty and practicality can coexist, and that even a compact SUV can stir something emotional in the people who see it. Whether you're parked in a downtown garage, cruising a winding coastal road, or pulling into your driveway after a long day, the 2026 Mazda CX-30 stands as a visual reminder that great design still exists, especially in the places you least expect it. It's a car that makes you look twice, and then once more. And each time, you notice something new, a reflection, a shadow, a curve. It invites you to appreciate it, not because it's loud, but because it's beautiful.